Welcome to Accounts of the Paranormal's Campfire Tales. I'm Julia, your host and guide into chilling tales of the paranormal. Join us around the campfire for tonight's story. The locals in a small fishing town along the coast of Maine will tell you there are some things the fog brings in, and some things it never quite takes back. They call it the Gray Wake. No one agrees on when it first appeared. Some say it's been seen for over a century, slipping through the mist just offshore, an old, three-masted ship with torn sails that never flap in the wind. Others swear it only started showing up in the last few decades, always on nights when the fog rolls in thick enough to swallow the lighthouse beam whole. But everyone agrees on one thing. When the Gray Wake comes, it doesn't come alone. It started, for most folks, with the sightings in town. Fishermen would come off the docks late and swear they'd seen men in oilskin coats and strange, outdated clothing wandering near the harbor. And some were even seen inside local pubs, sitting quietly in corners, not speaking, not drinking, just watching. And then, just as someone worked up the nerve to approach them, they'd be gone. Most people tried to laugh it off. Tourists, maybe, reenactors, pranks, until the night with the cabbie. His name was Eddie Kearns, and he'd been driving those roads for 20 years. He knew every curve, every back road, every stretch of coastline where the fog rolled in thick and fast, and he wasn't the kind of man who scared easily. One night, just past midnight, he picked up the fare. A man standing alone near the edge of town, half hidden in the fog. Eddie said the guy looked off. Not in a way he could quite explain, just strange enough to make him hesitate. But Eddie greeted the man, who slid into the back seat without a word. "Where to?" Eddie asked. A long pause. Then, in a low, distant voice, the man said, "The beach." Not a specific one, just the beach. Eddie didn't press, he just drove. And the whole ride, the man didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even seem to breathe. And Eddie said the temperature in the car dropped so suddenly, his windows started to fog from the inside. Halfway there, he checked the mirror, and the man's face, it looked sunken and wet. His eyes were dark, like deep water at night. And his clothes, old. Not vintage, not styled, just old, like something pulled straight from another century. Eddie kept driving. When they reached the shoreline, the fog was thicker than he'd ever seen it. It rolled over the sand in slow waves, swallowing the headlights. "We're here," Eddie said, his voice barely steady. No answer. He turned around. The back seat was empty. Door still closed. No sound of it ever opening. Just an empty seat. Several nights had passed. Then someone reported seeing the Gray Wake again, just beyond the fog line. And on shore, just for a moment, figures could be seen walking from the town toward the water. Or maybe from the water toward the town. Depends on who you ask. So, if you ever find yourself on that stretch of coast, and the fog rolls in thicker than it should, and you spot a lone figure asking for a ride, you'd be wise to keep driving. Because not everyone who leaves that beach is meant to come back. Thanks for watching. In addition to Campfire Tales, you can catch Accounts of the Paranormal podcast episodes right here on our channel, or just about anywhere you get podcasts, or accountsoftheparanormal.com, where you can access full episodes and links to all our socials. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for our blog, so you never miss show info or other announcements. I'll see you next time.